Early doors today. Got to get out a little bit later. So, what is it? 10:15. No one will be here. Just be me and some peace and quiet, doing a few eBay tinkerings, which is all right. So having a bit of a tidy up. Right, cup of coffee on the go. I shouldn't talk until I actually get someone watching. There's still 0 people. Imagine if it went for an hour with 0 people. That would be something. Everyone's still in bed. Right, what are we doing? I've been going through very much looking at my listings and what they're doing and turning off promotions. Promotions for me are I've had 2 periods where I've done promotions and then turned them off and then turned them on again. I was one of the original 1%ers who did it for ages. And then they were turned back on when I started doing lots of clothes reselling. I kind of thought, well, they have to go in for clothes reselling, but I'm not convinced now. I'm not convinced at all. Anyway, sales today, 10:15, are already at £129, which is all right by me. Oh, I've gone out of focus. There we go. I'm scheduling for 8 o'clock listings, which are all going off. I think by accident I've had 15 go today. I try and do 10 a day, but I do believe 15 have gone. So I'm going to try and do 15. This is sell similars I'm doing first because I'm looking at all my current listings. Just on the buy it nows. Yeah, a lot of clothes there. A lot of clothes. Do people buy clothes at Christmas? Of course they do. Okay, the first one is a vintage skadoodle. I mean, I could share this, I guess, but there's only one person watching. They're not saying anything. Let's do a sell similar on this. I had it up for $9.99. It got 23 views and 2 watches. So I'm going to put that information in because I am tracking this views and watches thing. I think it is vital to know if you have improved your listing. Have you increased the number of views and watches? So vintage skadoodle. Rare thing, but who wants it? This came as part of a huge board game haul. And there's some really good money in that. I think I paid 150 or 190 for the whole thing. So box one went, and then others don't tend to go. It has got all the pieces. Yeah, one went for $5.99. Let's drop the price a little bit and see how we go. It's kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch, but it's got like a joystick on it. It's a weird little thing. So let's try and get rid of it. Let's try and improve the listing. EAN, specific character, age level. I haven't really got an age level on it. I'm going to say 8 to 11. It's not really for 3 and 4 year olds. Yeah, there's not a lot of item specifics about it, really. Country of origin, I don't know. I don't think it'll make a difference. TV film character. There's no features or anything. So this will be sold by a collector buying it. What I'm going to do is I'll put it free post. It's one of the changes I am making. So put it free post, increase the price by £2. So the overall price will decrease by £2. I'm putting the parcel details. I'm doing that. So for this, I know it's going to be under a kilogram. So I'll put 1 kilogram, 36 by 25 by 15, which is a small parcel. No promotion on that. And I am going to schedule it for tomorrow morning. There's a few little things I'm doing to fine tune my listings, and it is working. I will divulge my secrets when we have a few more people in. I'll share some graphs. Everybody loves a graph. 8 o'clock on the 25th, that'll go live. Right. So I'll try and get 10 of these done a day, and then I will try and do my new listings. But I have sold some old stuff, which I am very pleased about. Like I say, I'm always ecstatic when old stuff goes. Okay. Hugo Boss shirt, men's, medium, navy. Got a small polka dot on it. That was up for $16.99, probably with $3.99 postage. It got 19 views, no watchers. So let's do a sell similar on that. So Hugo Boss shirt, men's, medium, M. I'm going to take out the M. I don't think it needs them both. Navy polka dot, slim fit, stretch, smart, button up. Yes, good title. I will put in my number of views and watchers. So in the SKU. So in the SKU's got the date it was originally listed, the SKU number for the shelf, the original price it was paid, which was £5, and now I'm going to add V19W0. So I'm going to make all these improvements to this listing, and when I look at that next month, if it hasn't sold, I'll see if the number of views have gone up, if the number of watchers has gone up. Casual shirt, tops, clothes, so shop category, fine. Colour, I'll put navy. I'm going to put blue. Garment care, machine washable, handmade, no. Personalised, no. Season, spring, summer. I have, I was putting all the seasons in for a lot of my clothes. I'm just going to put the relevant season now. I think it's the best thing to do. Let's have a look at this. I put woven. It is a woven shirt. Oh my God. I thought no one was here. Thank you so much for talking. Is the sound okay? Are you sticking with me, Simon, or are you busy doing other stuff? I feel like you're going a bit mad when you're just talking on your own and there's no viewers. Of course, I'm going a little bit mad, but there we go. So I'm going to share some graphs. Yes, everybody look forward to that. Slim fit stretch. Okay. So I have been utilising wonderful chat GPT. So I'm just going to take this packing in the barn. Oh, are you filming a video? Have you got Faye there directing you to glass items and the like? So I've got a phrase that is basically going to help suggest specifics and themes and blah, 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 blah. So we chuck that in. And there are my themes. And what did I put? I put 90s. For a Boss shirt, probably not the best theme. The best theme, well, maybe better themes would be business, smart, casual. Maybe I should put smart casual. But you type in your own and then you have to click the box. So I'm going to put, I'm trying to limit myself to how many I put, but I put smart casual and smart casual. I get a feeling that there's maybe not much need for that. Hello, Babs. Hello, Neil. Yes, there will be graphs. I will do graphs right at the end of the stream, so you have to watch. No, I'll do them in a minute. All the good stuff at the end. Stay tuned. Polka dot pattern. Character, no character. Closure button. I am really concentrating on these item specifics. I'll show you why in a minute. So features at the moment, I've just got stretch. It's been suggested that I put stretch fabric. I think, honestly, if you put smart casual, someone searching on smart, it will come up. And you can cover smart and casual by putting smart casual. But then again, why wouldn't you just put all your keywords in one? Why wouldn't you put smart, long sleeve, breathable, collared, all seasons just in one long stream? So maybe I'm talking absolute baloney. No one really knows. What I do know, though, is these changes are making a difference. Who out of this, how many people have I got in? 5 people. I had 6. Now there's only 5. Just finished filming. Put a little advert at the end for the Sales of the Unexpected. No, don't. I'm only joking. Who is still using promoted listings? I'm phasing mine out. That's what I'm doing. So every time I'm doing a sell similar, I'm looking to change it. God, I've got so many windows open. I need like a third monitor. Complete my listing was all seasons. Okay. Machine washable. Okay, I'm going to do this one and then I'll share my graphs. Business office casual wear for activity. Have we got an activity here? I don't think we probably will because it's like a smart shirt. Accents button. I'm going to polka dot because it is like a polka dot pattern in here. Don't know why that isn't there. It's quite an accent. Oh God, my hair's sticking up at the back. Terrible. Country of origin. Where was the thing made? Any clues? I've not put it in, so I'd imagine I couldn't find it. Okay, don't know. Chest size I'll put in and I'll just double up the pit to pit, 40 inches. No personal instructions, personalization. I'll put in the unit quantity. I've been doing this, even though I've always kind of left that blank. And I do have this custom field off the back of the Polish Pete video. Difficult to tell whether it's making any difference because I've been doing a lot of other stuff. Oh, here we go. Very good condition. Care label removed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this got 19 views. 16.99 plus 3.99 postage. I am going to change it to 19.99. Scheduled tomorrow. Free post. So overall, it's £1 less. Put in the package size. 1 kilogram, 36 by 25 by 8. Take off the 7% promo and list. It is scheduled. Right. Now, I'm not going to do graphs until we have 10 people. Let me get them ready. Who knows? We might get some people turn up. So a couple of things I'll show you graph-wise. Here's the good one. Just say some hellos. Babs, Peter. Hi, Peter Ray. Still promoted at low rates. You send offers. Yes, I do offers. Hi, Fluffy. Hi, Secret Carper. Right, 10 people in. Quick. Before anyone goes. Sound is okay, I presume. Mellowness. Right. Let me just share the screen. Is it that one? Is it that one? I think it is that one. Yes, it's that one. Share. So the first thing that kind of off the back of the Polish Pete chat with Chris, I love it when things like just get my brain going. So, you know, you can go into any listing that you have and, you know, you can see things like, oh, I've got a super dry t-shirt. It's got no views and no watches. No surprise there. But I have got a pair of Converse which has 35 views. Let's have a look at these views. Now, I generally find that the promoted views are always about half the organic views when I do have views. This is a good example. This is pure luck that I've done this. So I've got 35 organic views, 17 promoted. Now, what really got me is that whenever I seem to get an organic view, it kicks in with a promoted view a lot of the time. Here, I'm getting promoted views. So I've got organic, which is the light blue, the middle one, and I'm getting promoted. Now, at times where I'm not getting any organic views, there's no promoted. And like my thought is, you know, if I'm getting no views on my listing, it needs to come from promoted. Of course, the other thing about this is pretty similar for all of my listings that are promoted. I could say that the promoted views are always about half the organic views. But I can pretty much guarantee that if this item sells, it'll be on a promoted. So I will get charged 7%. So that was like a little bit of a kind of like, you know, really? I'm getting all these, you know, 2/3 of the views are organic, yet 100% of the sales seem to be promoted. Doesn't seem quite right, does it? Right, more graphs. So what I have been doing is very much looking at my item specifics. When I first saw the Polish Pete video, I went in and went a bit mad, and I think I spammed them too much. And I'm talking about the features field, the themes field, performance activity field, those kinds of things where you've got choices of things to put in, even the season field. So I was putting in like spring, summer, March, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Now I am restricting myself to a set number of features, a set number of, you know, roughly a set number, you know, set number of themes, a set number of activities, and the relevant season. And the reason I'm not spamming them, looking into sort of how SEO works, is If I, list this and I put 90s or whatever, and someone comes along and goes, "Oh, I need a like a 90s top," and it comes up on their search, so I've got like an impression, There's no way they're going to want this. So it comes up on the search, but in actual fact, it does your listing harm because it's not something they want. So I'm trying to keep it very, very relevant. I also think that I've got an analogy of doing promotions is little bit like as sometimes you see if you're on the London Tube or other places, you might see like adverts or on lampposts. You just get a sticker with something on. There's some number, ring this number. That's a bit dodgy, that, but you might get an advert for just like, I don't know, McDonald's or something that is just stuck on. So people can go around just sticking these adverts on that no one ever looks at. If you're on the underground and you're coming up the stairs and you see these, you just do not look at them. And that's how I see promotions. It's almost paying a premium price for something that he's not going to pull buyers in. It'll create impressions, but as soon as an impression to me is how many stickers can you stick on a wall or on the side of a pavement in London that no one ever looks at. Next graph. So the graph I like on eBay is if you go to unread member message. What's that? Oh, it's okay. The graph I like, if you go to traffic, I ignore the impressions graph. I just think impressions don't tell me anything. What does tell me something is the listing views, which is the next option. And let me share this. This is quite something, really. So bear in mind, for about a week, every time I'm doing a sell similar, and I can sell similar maybe 10 to 20 items a day, I have been taken off for the promotion but filling in the item specifics. Now let me just let me see if I can increase the size of this. Yes, I can. There we go. Now this is where I really started doing it. I was spamming the item specifics here a little bit, but what is so noticeable, so here's all my promoted listing views that have come from promoted listings. Here, I've really looked into my listings. The organic views have increased. I'm just going to take this phone call. I'll leave you with that graph. Hello? Yeah, hello. I'm all right. Can I, is there something urgent or can I ring you back? Oh, okay. I'll call you back in about an hour. I'm just in the middle of something. Okay. Okay, bye. Right. So yeah, you can see the organic graphs, the organic views have gone up a huge amount, and like this is the measure of how good you can get your listing. Obviously, the promoted views is slowly coming down, but I've got no problem with that. I think you're more likely to get a sale through an organic view. But what is quite interesting is the external one, which is this little light blue one with the lines going across it. The external views is starting to increase. Here, it's almost non-existent. External is, it does tell you what it is. Total visits off eBay, including search engines, excluding listings you pay to promote. This graph, by the way, does take a little while to update. I looked at that about 40 minutes ago and it said 93. So that's, you don't think you can go in Monday morning and see Sunday's numbers. So, I mean, it just speaks volumes to me that 7 days ago I started looking at this. And I mean, I was thinking this morning, when you look at this, like 400 views, like line going across, previously with a 7% promotion, I was I'm not hitting it. I'm like tickling it a couple of times. Just here, tickled it there, tickled it there, didn't quite tickle it there or there, and all the rest terrible. Since I'm working on it, hit it, just missed it there, hit it, missed it, hit it, well over. I mean, will I get to a 500 view day? Who knows? But yeah, very, very interesting. And tells me carry on with what I'm doing. Sales this morning have been. I mean, if I'm getting the views, that's the first half of it is to get the views. Like I say, people do look at impressions information too much when they do promotions. So it's an interesting one. And I was thinking, how many views a day would I want on I've got about 500 items in my store. Well, I'm hitting 400 at the moment. Would you aim for listings per views per day? I want 500 views per day on because I've got 500 items in my store. It's quite a good metric that how many views you want for your listings. Today I have already sold £129 worth of stuff. 3 sales. Can you guess what they are? One of them I listed on the stream last week. If anyone can get it, you win absolutely nothing. Let me let me bring up my orders. I have sold a North Face large puffer, which already sold once and came back for a did not fit. That sold for £60. Morning, Simon. I've just done an in-depth analysis on promoted listings and why maybe you should think about whether you need to do them. Anyway, North Face puffer bought in Orpington, I think, in the YMCA charity shop with the moody mare. £30 it cost. Way too much money. It sold for 60. It was up for 68. Had an offer for like 40. I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm hoping it's not a cursed item. The second item that sold was a Harry Potter book set. And I've had a lot of old items sell. And I think these improving the quality of my listings, improving those item specifics, has definitely helped generally with the feel of the store. That went for £65, free post. Again, I put everything on free post because I heard a rumor. I heard that a third of people will filter on free post. So, I'll give it a go. I mean, it hardly makes any difference it doesn't make any difference to the price because I adjust the price anyway. It makes a slight difference if I put out a 10% because, that encapsulates that £3.50 postage or whatever, or £3.99 postage. So it's an extra like 30 something p. But yeah. Who do you know, Simon? What have I said? I say things and I forget them. Simon, I didn't mean to say thank you. One of your videos a while back, you put a little mention for me right at the end. And I meant to been meaning to say thank you. I got ill afterwards, so I was out of action for a bit. So I'll say it now. Thank you very much, Simon, for that little mention. I need all the help I can get these days. Anyway, the third item that sold was the Laura Ashley top quilt, which was bought for £5. put on for £60 with advice from the stream, which was fantastic, and sold for £54 free post, which is all right. I put it in a vacuum bag as well and sucked the life out of it, sucked all the air out. So I did that this morning. Oh my word, eBay Live. Not great margins, but 90 over the weekend. God, I bet you're busy as anything with those poly mailers. Oh, it'd be scootling along his shelves, going 11,065, 11,066, and then whipping them out and stuffing them in the bag, getting the label on the process, the Simon process. Be going like a whirling dervish. Yeah, it's tempting to do. I haven't got the stock to do eBay Live at all, but I can see it for a high volume seller. It is probably a good thing. Definitely. But yeah, those graphs. I mean, they just say that I'll put them back, and now we've got 16 people on there. That graph just spoke volumes. I'm all over the traffic area of the website at the moment. And the other thing I will just bring up, here we are again. Let's just increase the size of this, which is like, I get a little bit anal about this. Okay, look at this. Okay, we're going to take the 22nd of November on a 30-day view. Okay, this is, if I can just, we've got past 30 days. Okay, 22nd of November, organic 323, promoted 43. Now try and remember that 323 and 43. Now I'm going to switch this to a 7-day view. So 323 and 43 for the 22nd of November. 22nd of November, 347 and 47. So depending on how many days you're viewing in your graph, it gives you a different number. Make sense of that if you can. I can't. But yeah, definitely a good thing. Cutting down the promotions, but increasing those external links and increasing the organic. And I think, like, if you can maximize your organic views, that is a good measure of how good your listing is. I mean, I could change, I could change all sorts of things like, and the good thing, if I kind of do think, I do need to do a promotion, and I really don't know if I would, having done this, I can see the effect that, like a 2% would have on it. I could take a listing, have a look at the views and watchers. I could run that on the 2%, or I could decrease the price by 2%. But, this is huge for me. Definitely huge. Right. Oh, still got a cough. Still, what do you think of that? That's good, eh? Good graph. Hi, Angela. Stuck in the attic. Tommy. How you doing, Tommy? Good to see you. Are you still promoting? I guess, a lot of closed sellers will. I'm bucking the trend of the closed sellers. I'm flip-flopping as usual. Give it 6 months, I'll be promoting again when I've got a load of stuff that isn't selling. But yeah, I'm mainly this morning I've got a few things that have got to go on. I'll show you what has got to go on today. I've got a whole batch of vintage Levi's shirts. These are slightly strange because they came from like a 1970s shop. But some of the press studs, I don't know if it's on this one. They're very, very small, very thin, slim. But they're it's definitely a good vintage label. I've only sold a couple of these, and I've got about, you can't even see that. There's some numbers on the bottom here. Well, that say U11 0393 0377, made in Great Britain. It's definitely 70s. So it's a vintage Levi's. That's got to go on. Yeah, it was a shop that just sort of like new old stock, 14.5. So it's a women's £25 price tag. It's like a couple of quid that cost. And with it, a Levi's denim jacket. That's got £40 on it. But again, it's well vintage. But the size doesn't help it. So like faded label on it. And the orange label is kind of not there anymore. Simon's still promoting at 7%. I don't think what I sell is special. So I want to stand out. Well, yeah, that is what promotions are all about. But I think they have the most impact on a multi-item listing. So if you had, 200 red Adidas shirts, or phone cases is the classic example. Those things that there are people who sell thousands of the item. Anything like that. It's a difficult one with clothing because there's masses of it, but each listing is individual. But watch this space. It'd be interesting to see how the performance goes. Also, of course, what might colour these numbers a bit is that we are going into December. But I mean, I think that graph, the fact that I've been working on it, and it is so apparent in that last 7 days, and it's the best organic views I've had. Like I say, if you can maximise that organic view, and then on top of that, I've got the little Brucey bonus of getting those external view numbers, which were like non-existent. And I put it down to improving the listing through the item specifics, maybe the free post, and a little nibbling. I mean, what I've been doing up to now is just doing the same old sell similar, reduce the price a bit, and promoting at 7%. And it's such a major change. And bear in mind, I've got 500 item store. I've been doing maybe 10 or 20 a day. So I've only been getting at it for a week. So I've only covered probably about a fifth of my store. So yeah, maybe I should just go, because I am looking at the things that are ending each day. Maybe I should just go in and go, wham, I'll do all of them. Patagonia jacket. Always nice to get a Patagonia. That is it's a kind of pullover windbreaker, I think you'd call it. That'll have a few features in it. Ventilated, breathable. Zips here, there, and everywhere. Got a pair of Land's End green cords, which are like ridiculously long. I mean, if I put those on, I'd be doing up the fly like about here, I think. So we'll see. There you go. I don't know how green cords are going to go. Corduroy, and what's this last one? I probably won't list these on stream because, like I say, I am going through some old listings at the moment. I think this is a mint velvet jacket. This has been kicking around for a while. Yeah, size 10 mint velvet. I'm thinking, why hasn't this gone on? Has it got a hugely ripped pocket? No, I don't think so. So apart from those 3 sales, what other sales have we had? I sold an old pair of trainers, which I've had since, I've had for a long, long time. They went for 12 quid free post. And I got this shirt, Olymp Luxor. So I'm imagining it's from Egypt. It looked really nice, like a really nice shirt. But the brand was almost non-existent on eBay. But it sold for 18 free post. So that would have been bought for like, I don't know, 3-4 quid, something like that. A Kid Creole and the Coconuts LP that I made £2 on when that sold. Good morning, Bold Pines. I am glad you're enjoying my dulcet tones while you photograph. Good to see you. Are you promoting, James? Let me know. I imagine a lot of clothes resellers are. It was a bit of I mean, I've gone through these cycles before. It's like, wow, like really promoted listings. I mean, everyone go through your active items table on your seller hub. Click on active items. Hover over the number of views you have to get the little graph, and I will bet your views, your promoted views, will be about half of your organic views. But I can guarantee that when it comes to sell, almost 100% will be a promoted sale. I've changed slightly, waiting 2 weeks now, and then doing a 5% dynamic. Or dynamic, yeah. I don't know if I'd even go there. So that's probably maxed at 5%. I'm waiting 2 weeks. I'm thinking I might do that. I might wait a month. Chris is waiting a month. Carver Chris. So obviously I'll copy him. So I don't know. I just, with this kind of like seeing such a change in that views graph, and the views graph is everything to me, apart from the sales and the profit graph, obviously. But the views graph tells me the most. It tells me who is, actually, there's an item I might want to buy. Impressions, chocolate teapot. Atlanta Braves jersey, which was number 9 in my SKUs. I mean, that's early doors. Sold for £20, and they wanted it first class. Sold a camera lens that I've had for a long time. Sade album, £16. A pair of Converse for £32 plus post. Digital camera. So yeah, there've been lots of things going out, and I'm just wondering whether it's through this more people coming to the store because of these improved listings. It's surprising how much sells unpromoted in them 2 weeks. Yeah, that is when your items are hot. Definitely. So apart from slowly fading out promotions every time I'm doing a sell similar and going free post, the other thing I'm doing is putting things on at 8 in the morning. I think I mentioned it last week. I did have the idea that, scheduling for 7 o'clock is a good idea because that's when people view, but get it at 8 in the morning, your item is hottest then, and it's basically people aren't sleeping while it's hot. It's got the whole of the 12, how long would it be? It's like 16 hours from 8 o'clock to like midnight for people to look at it. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. Let me know what you think about that. I think it's quite a revelation. Right, let's do another unsold. All right, so I've done that Hugo Boss shirt. And like I say, the tracking of this will be so interesting, like tracking the views and watchers in the SKU and then seeing what it is next month. That'll be the real test. I mean, I do see it ongoing, so I can look at something I relisted like a week ago with all these changes. I can go, okay, last month it had, 15 views, had 1 watcher, and I can go, all right, it's been on for like, just over a week now. It's like, oh, it's got 8 views already. And I know you'll get, but it's just a good measure of it. Right, an Adidas track jacket, England 94 reissue with the St George Cross, which I've put obviously as a keyword in the title, hoping that I'd get some Brexit flag flying nutter to buy it. Not yet. It is on at £30. I had 12 views, 1 watcher, so I'm going to stick that in V12 W1 in the SKU. Adidas Originals track jacket, England. So is that a good title? Adidas Originals track jacket. Maybe not track. I'll just put jacket. England, England 1974 reissue. Does it need reissue? Is that going to tell you anything? What's the size on this thing? UK 12. So it's a women's. Bit of a weird one. And the code on it is 0206. So it's like 2006. That's vintage, almost. I'm going to get rid of reissue and then put size 12. It's in men's, but obviously with that size 12, it says, UK is a 12 and it's a women's. That's women's sizing. I'll probably put it in men's because I'm trying to sell it to a man. Well, let's change it up. Let's try and get it, actually what it is. So women's clothings. I'm going to put it under active wear, an active wear jacket. Shop category women's clothing. This isn't exactly 3-minute listing, by the way, but I'll tell you what, if I get the sale, I don't care. So Adidas red, unisex adults, polyester M style track jacket, type jacket, Adidas originals, performance activity. So this is where I'm using my chat GPT just to get my good. So let's edit that. So I'll just edit this phrase each time. So let's send that away. Right, here it comes. Activities. So I put football. I've only put football. So I'm going to add casual wear and training. And the other thing I will mention, if anyone's got any views on this in the chat, when you are choosing those features and those themes and those performance activities and you click on your pull down menu and you get all those options, do you think it's more important to put one of the ones that is already there? Or do you think the best thing to do is put something that is relevant? I originally thought it's so important to put something that's there. And my thinking was because when people go on eBay, is this list not available? I mean, when someone is searching for an item, do they go on a features section and put adjustable and half zip, quarter zip? And then I thought, no, they don't. They don't do that. So another change of tact is to put a limited number that is relevant to that item. Don't spam it for the reasons I said earlier, but just put like a handful of items that is really relevant. And then if it's not working, if the listing doesn't seem to be working, maybe change those items. Maybe I'm not hitting the market. I think maybe Polish Pete's point about getting those sales of things that have sold is that you should try and be consistent within items. So if you are listing a pair of jeans, it's maybe a good thing to always put features belt loops, features zip fly or button fly, casual wear, or those bog standard items that you have. And the same with like hiking jackets or trainers. Have like ones are your core. Right, let's fill these in. Let me know what you think about that, about what you do. So features. No, performance activity. Right, that's all that in. Features. Full zip, lightweight. I know that's on the menu, but I'm obviously put it anyway. Breathable. That's on the menu. I'm typing these in. I could elastic cuffs. It has got elastic cuffs. I mean, this is ChatGPT suggesting these. I don't always take these. That sounds a bit crap, actually. So I might leave that out. I'm going to put in St George's flag because I think that's a real selling point. Someone might stick that in features. One thing I was worried about as well was, is it a problem if I put something in, like if I put full zip in the features, but it's repeated in another field, closure or something like that, and that doesn't harm your listing. So that was an interesting one. Side pockets. I can't see whether this has side pockets. Yes, I think it does. So side pockets or pockets, good thing to have. Machine washable. Again, machine washable will be under garment care, but I don't think it's a bad thing to repeat it in features. And logo, embroidered logo I'm putting in. Closure zip, fabric type, I haven't put. It's these fabric types always get me, actually. This is like a tracksuit top. It's a woven. It's a woven polyester thing. But I'm never too sure on them. Theme. Retro 1970s. 1907s, 1970s. Sports. Football. I could put in Brexit. That'd be quite a funny one to put in. Flag flying. Character I'm leaving out. I could put St George, but I'm going to leave it out. Jacket length, mid. Lining material. Well, it hasn't got a lining, but it's kind of like, it's just a tracksuit top. So that's leaving out. Model, no. Pattern, no. No pattern, or no pattern. Fit, regular. Or is it slim, actually? No, I think it's regular. Personalised, no. Machine washable, right. So pre-owned, good. It is actually excellent condition. Don't know why. I mean, I do like to undersell it, over deliver, but it's got a pull. That's why. So yeah, good. I've described the pull. That's so I've got it up for £29.99 plus £4 postage. I think I'll keep it at that and just put it on free post. I'm tempted to put up the price by £2 so the overall price comes down, but so that's a £4 decrease in price, which is around about 10%. That'd be good if it sells for £30 free post. I'm more than happy with that. So 1 kilogram, 36 by 25 by 8. Country of origin, I've no idea. Take off the promo. So even though I'm cutting it by £4, the promo, bear in mind the promo, you've got to add on the VAT, and promo charges also on the postage. I would take that to be, so that was on a £30, £34. That would be £3.40 on the promo. So I'm taking that off. I think I'm going to save £3.40. Better listing. Schedule it. What am I gone into here? Product documents. Gone into totally the wrong thing. 25th, 8 o'clock. And there we go. Let's see how that one does. See if that changes the graph. If anyone wants to look up their graph views, so if you go to your seller hub, this will be an interesting kind of market research. So get your seller hub up, go to traffic, and then you'll have your impressions graph with the one that has come up. Bring up your listing views. Now, just have a look at the total number of views that you've got, and you've got to add up the three numbers. Yeah, I do try and do that, but if I can't find it on the item, I leave it blank. I don't get a lot of US sales, to be honest, so I'm not too worried. But you're right. If I can if I can fill it in, I always do. So yes, but yes. So go to your listing views and have a little look at. You have to add up these numbers. So I've got 323 organic views. This is for Saturday. 323, 43, and 110. So I've got, what's that? 433, 400. I've got 476 views. So I roughly have about 450, between 450 and 500 views, and I've got 500 live items. Active items 511. So just as a kind of, real ballpark figure, let me know how many active listings you have and roughly how many views you're getting per day. I mean, if you had like 100 active items and you were getting 300 views, that'd be mad. It's almost like reseller Nirvana, because like you're putting stuff on and your sales would be good off the back of that. So yeah, it's an interesting one to if anyone's still awake out there. Right, we'll do one more, sell similar. Schedule it and just delete that off my pair of Columbia snow trousers, women's extra small. Secret Carper, active listings 268. Saturday views on Saturday 109. Yeah, I think this is a really good metric that maybe people should start looking at. Is that listen, I have roughly about 500 items. If people ain't looking at them, they're going to start like you're going to start becoming a storage unit. So, how many views? And views is what you can affect. You can obviously affect sales as well, but like the first step is views. Anyone else? Thank you, Secret Carper. Good to know that someone's out there. I think now, looking at the fact that I've probably only changed a fifth of my store, I want those views to be more than the number of active items I have. 1,700 active views. Views per day, average 1387. This is looking at my graph. This is. Let me bring it up again. I just love this graph. Traffic. Views. I'll share it again. I just love it so much. Oh, no, I won't. What am I doing? There we go. Let's increase the size again. Pop, 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 pop. So here, I'll just bring it down a tad so you can get the number in roughly sort of 500 items, very roughly. So I'm going in, and probably not paying as good attention to my listings item specifics as I should. And it's getting, there's a 300 mark there. My 500 items are getting like around about 300 views. Occasionally they're nibbling in a bit more. Now, since the changes, boom, 400. Saturday, getting near 500. That's the goal. Get it consistently. Get the 500 items above the 500 views. And like I say, this promoted little section is shrinking down, but what's going up is the organic and which is a real surprise to me, and I think it's because of item specifics, the external. You know, it is a revelation to me, to be honest. And like I say, if I can get this the best it can be, and I've still got some items, maybe then promote. But you know, it would only be I'll test you at 2. But you know, seeing the number of times you're being charged for promotions against, you know, maybe, you know, the promoted views is only, you know, I get 66 organic views and you're only giving me 33 promoted. And on listings where I've got 0 views and the item's struggling, why aren't the promoted views coming in? Interesting. Yeah, I know Simon's very much he said in his videos he does everything that eBay would like. And I imagine they do love a promoted listing. But I'm definitely of a mind of, firstly, the listing has to be the best listing it can be. Yeah. Like I say, it's a work in progress. Not saying it's the right way either. Sometimes, obviously, time is of the issue. So to go through and really analyze each listing and each item like that does take a little bit of thought. But the more you do it, the faster you get. Right, we'll just do one more because I've gone over the hour. So Columbia snow trousers. I mean, I would just love to get in, like, you know, I'm not you know, hugely targeted on, you know, being, you know, having 100 grand turnover. I've said my figures I work around, you know, I would like consistent 60 grand turnover a year, good profit on that. And I mean, I've got the room and everything like that. So it's all about getting it in, getting good profit, and getting it gone. So yeah. Right. So similar. I've got to walk the dog in a minute, so he's asleep downstairs. So I'll try and do this one a little bit quicker. Columbia snow trousers. They had. I've got that focus again. There we go. It's so difficult. It had 87 views, 7 watchers. 87 views. Oh, that's really weird. I click on the graph. It says 87, but when I click on the graph, it says organic 85, promoted 44, total 129. So that doesn't add up either. But again, the organic is double the promoted. Always seems to be about, you know, 7 watchers as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with the price there. Columbia snow trousers, extra small, women's extra small. We'll put in XS and extra small. I might take out XS. Base TRX Omni Shield ski pants. It's a hell of a lot of views and watchers. Views 87. Views 87, watchers 7. Number 35 out on the skew. Okay, garment care is not filled in. It is machine washable, so we'll get that in. Not handmade. I mean, why? Leg style is a straight. Size is extra small. Columbia grey snow pants trousers, women. Theme. Right, this is where I'm just looking at this. So let's copy that. Edit my chat GPT. I bet those automatic listing bits of software do all this already. Right, theme: outdoor skiing, winter activewear. Sounds good to me. So I've got ski sports, winter snowboard, winter sports already in there, so I will change that. I don't want to spam it. So, and I think we're not spamming it and then changing it, like, if it doesn't sell. I mean, people will search on activewear. They will search on ski. They will search on outdoor, winter. So I've got skiing there. Performance activity, I've got skiing. Yes. I've got snowboarding. Yes. I've put sledding. Not really. I'm going to put winter hiking is what has been suggested. Again, I think that's a little bit, but I'll put it in. Definitely all winter sports. Features, I've put breathable, insulated, moisture wicking. I'm going to get Omnitech cuffed hem, adjustable cuffs. I've put in probably quite a lot of good stuff actually, but I will change it. So I'll put water resistant because that is Omni Shield. If I can spell it right. Insulated, windproof, and I'm just trying to hit things people are searching for. Breathable, and also match other items that have sold. The algorithm. Don't forget what Pete said about the algorithm. Adjustable waist. So nothing too crazy, but stuff that is there. Zippered pockets. I'll put zip pockets. I don't believe someone would type zippered. Okay, so that is 7. Waist size is in. Inside leg is in. Compression level is leaving blank. Product line, I'm going to put Columbia Omni Shield. And again, may not know this, but that, how do you spell it? Omni, has it got a dash in it? We'll stick in a dash. Hopefully the search can ignore it. Character family, no, not 101 Dalmatians. I haven't got year, I haven't got country of origin. So we'll stick that in for James. Made in China. I'm so a lot of these things when I can't find the country of origin, I'll just put, I'll just put China. Definitely won't be sold in the States. Compression level, I don't know. I don't think it has a compression level. Leg opening, regular. Yeah. Pocket type. Oh, this is a 5-pocket design stuff, isn't it? It's kind of, let's have a look at these. I was going to say it's cargo, but there's no side pockets. So it's just like back pockets. Pocket type, front and back pockets. Yeah, a bit of a filling it in for the sake of filling it in. That one, year manufactured, I don't know. One of the core pullers has snapped, but it all works fine. That's up for $15.99. I will put it for $19.99, putting it up by £4, but making it free post, so overall the same. Put in the measurements and the weight. Take off the promo. I mean, he was getting the views anyway, so and schedule it for tomorrow at 8. Bam. And see how she does. Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever come on here and shared what I'm doing, and that's all you can do. And like for example, I know you promote, and I've seen why, and I wouldn't expect you to change, and because your business model is completely different. But it's always interesting to get a different viewpoint on what different people are trying. It fascinates me what people do, what people try, and maybe you can take the fact that I say I heard, like a rumor that doing free post, a third of people filter on free post. It's just food for thought, isn't it? It's food for thought, and those graphs are food for thought. They took me aback when I saw those, because I didn't really expect much change. In fact, I expected less views, because I was turning off promotions. So it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. So yeah, I'm not telling anyone what to do. For God's sake, don't do what I do. I am not a good eBayer. Definitely not. It's constant juggling game. I can juggle. Yes, definitely. What's everyone's thoughts on country of origin on Vinted and USA? Yeah, well, there's been lots of videos about that. I don't do much on Vinted. I kind of treat it as a clearance house. There's lots of good videos about the US Vinted. Tom's done some good ones. Tom English Picker. Chris has done one, I think. So yeah, interesting. True. Yes. Yes. Yeah. There's lots of good tools out there to improve your listings, and of course, you kind of think, oh well, it's available to everyone, but not everyone will do it. I mean, I haven't really been doing it up to now. I've been, reselling for years. So yes, just improving where I have been. I'm 75% complete phasing out my promoted listings. No impact on sales. Will be 100% promo free by January. And I think what has really kickstarted all this is, what kickstarted it for me was just going down that list of active items and like just hovering over the views number. And when I sort of see, views 18, brilliant, hover over it, 12 organic, 6 promo, and I think, will I get charged for this? Yes, I probably will. Yeah, are they really pulling their finger out? And if again, I said this last week, but if you've got 6 organic views and 6 promoted views that have come in on some like weird, those organic views are people looking for your item. The promoted views, just sort of people who've drifted in off the street and much more likely to get the sale off the organic view. Right, I'm done. 12 minutes over. Hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a deep dive into my brain that was this morning. A bit early for it. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week, a wonderful Monday. Hope your sales are good. Hope your sourcing is good. Hope if you're doing packing, I hope that's good as well. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everyone. Do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll probably see you next week for a live, unless I actually film a video, which is very unlikely. But yes, thanks everyone for coming in, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take it easy.